All right, hey guys, Jason here. What we're going to talk about today, I'm going to teach you how to do this when you're by yourself. Now, when you are with your friends and you're out here just four-wheeling and you got somebody else there who can pull you out, yeah, you can just start rolling right through this thing and see how you make it and how far you go and then come right back out. We're going through here. There's two of them. This is the small one. This one I'm actually just going to show you out the window. The other one I'll set the camera up for, but I've already been through these. Well, what we want to talk about is understanding what do you do here if you got to check these holes, if you don't know how bad they are, if you haven't been down through here. You could walk these. They are deeper than my boots. Okay, I cannot get through this with my boots to walk it to even verify. I'd have to put waders on. The other thing we can do, especially in something like a Jeep or something that has lockers, is we can roll it. Okay, what I mean by that, and I'll show you, is we're going to go into it super, super slow. And especially, now I already been through it with lockers on when I came through here this way. These are my tracks coming out of here where the water is. I already came into here. We're going back now. But when I came through here, and I've been here before, and I know how bad they can be, but I came through with both front and rear locker on, and I creeped through this at like a half a mile an hour to make sure if my front would have dropped, boom, into anything in there like that, then I could have been able to pull back out and get out of there pretty easily. That is a fantastic tactic because it keeps you slow and controlled, and that's what you're looking for. Remember, see those bubbles and stuff in there too? We are in South Georgia. And where I am here on this particular base that I'm on down here, this military base I'm on, every hole like this should have gators in it, or could at any given time. So for me to go walking around through this thing trying to find, see how it is, I could very easily kick on or jump up a gator and kick an 8-foot gator out of one of these. So that's something that you got to be careful with and considerate of. So I prefer usually to not walk them. To not walk these holes myself. I'm going to roll them, and I'm going to show you how we do that and what we do. Now, if you, again, this Jeep has front and rear lockers. That makes it very nice. You can do this with any truck on there. Just engage your rear locker and go slow. If that front drops in, pull yourself out. Or if you start feeling yourself sink down too much, immediate throw it in reverse and get out of there, and then figure out and evaluate what you want to do. The last thing you want to do is go, oh man, it's bad, and hit it and go flying through this. There's bigger issues in here. It is not just the fact that maybe I was through here 5 days ago and it was okay. What if 3 days ago or 2 days ago somebody else tried to come through here with a lesser truck that didn't have the capability, then they got stuck right there and they started spinning and they were digging holes, and then they went and they got a bunch of down logs and were stuffing them under there and doing everything they could to get out. All of that mess is still here underneath this water. Okay, there's ruts and there's logs and there's debris and there's all kinds of crap in here that could be there from him trying to get himself out that he's just going to leave here. That becomes a mess for us. So let's roll this one. We'll talk about more when we get to the bigger one. This one is not bad. Neither of these are actually that bad. I didn't even break my rock rail water-wise. And remember, I can water ford this thing up to the top of my tires. Okay, so about to right here is how deep water fording is for legal per Jeep's recommendations that I can water ford. And you can see I barely got any water on my rock rails there. So this is not that deep. Did I over here? Yeah, a little bit there too on that side, a little bit. But it is not very deep, but it is a perfect example because like I said, these holes can really take you out. But let's take a look and see what we got going on here. Let's get you in and get it set. Put the window down. We'll lean you out there. And we will show you what we are talking about here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in. We're not locking up because we don't need to. But this is how we do this. And we'll show you for this one here. See, look, and see I'm dropping in. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to take that. Look at, see it dropping in? I'm going to go nice and slow. And if all of a sudden that were to boom and drop in bad, I just hit the brakes and I hit reverse and I crawl right back out. That's what our benefit is here by doing this going slow. You can even go in backwards with your back end first. If you go in with your back end first, which is lighter than your front end, you can try that as well too and see how it's going to be for you. And then that way you just go forward. But see, I'm just creeping very, very slow, seeing how we're feeling, checking the ground, waiting for anything to happen here. Just going real easy, checking to see if we're okay. We're doing okay. And like I said, this is the easier one, the little one, I know it. But see the mud I'm picking up on my tires? See, I can feel that sinking in. You want to, you just find that slow and easy balance point. And there we go. We know we made it and we have no issues. Had there been a big water cut through this or a wash through this, where it was, or a hole from somebody digging out, we would have been in much bigger problem and trouble. We're going to go up here to the next one, which is the bigger one. And we're gonna show you that up here in a second, so we'll just keep rolling here until we get there. We got another one right up here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go set the camera ahead for this one. So I'm gonna walk this one up there. This is nothing right here. But again, same thing here with this hole right here. With this hole, we check this, take it slow. See, feel it sinking in. You wanna take this slow and creep through it and make sure that if somebody got stuck in here, they don't have a mess in here and deep debris and all kinds of crap. And again, there could be gators in any one of these holes, especially this bigger one up here. And then on the same note, if there's not gators there, is I gotta walk through all these high grasses and everything. If I were going to check this hole, there's probably cottonmouths and stuff like that right on the banks of this thing that I gotta deal with. Now here's a bigger one. And you can tell by looking at this, we're gonna park right here because we're gonna set up for this one. Let me pop out, hold on. So with this one here, we can see on this that we have got deep trenched banks. Look at how high the ground is brought up around this thing on here. We know that this is gonna be pretty deep. Now, typically, and I have been through here before when this has been much bigger where the water's rolling over the whole thing. So I know where the bottom is in here and I know where it is in this hole. If I cannot see this bank on here, then it is high exactly at my cutoff for, see that stuff in the middle that I was telling you about? Could definitely be a gator sitting right there. Very well could be. It's been a while since we've been through here. That could be a gator sitting in there. Probably not, but could be. But what we have is where that height is of that tree, you see there, if I come through here and that water's over that, then I know that that water level is literally coming in right at the bottom of my hinge, and that's getting too close. Okay, because this is cut off for legal, and I'm not going above legal. I will not do that for warranty purposes. I keep things all legit here for that sake. But again, walking is trying to figure out, that would suck. It'd be a pain in the butt. I'd have to put waders on to do it. It's just a nightmare. So instead, this way works pretty good. And again, it's a way to be able to slowly creep up on anything that's in here and save your butt. Let me go set that tripod. We'll be right back. Now, as we walk over there to set this tripod, like I said, this is actually the more dangerous part of the whole deal right here. I mean, you got two choices in a lot of this stuff down here in the south. Gator in the water or a snake on the bank. And right in here is very dangerous places to be here for cottonmouths. They love this stuff and catching frogs and things that are in here. And like I said, there could be a gator sitting right there. So you got to be careful here with this kind of stuff. Right now it's not too bad and you can see pretty good, but like I said, anywhere in here could be a cottonmouth just curled up sitting here waiting. But I was gonna say something on here. Oh, if you're coming through these, you know, normally we try to promote, you know, pushing a bow wave on water holes that you know and things like that, and come through there and use a bow wave to, you know, push it first so you can stay in a shallow water behind it. And we understand all of that stuff. Makes perfect sense. However, if you're by yourself and you don't know what's in the hole, forget trying to go fast enough to push the bow wave and that kind of thing until you know what's going on, and first come into it slow. Look at here. The hog's crossing right there. And but you're gonna want to come through it. The slow speed matters, and if that front end drops in too deep, just back out, go a different route. That's the best advice there is for you. Don't risk it, don't play it. So we're gonna set this up and we'll come through it for you, and I'll show you exactly. And I should have enough mic range that I can talk to you as I'm doing this. So let me get this popped on here like this, get that set. Never being in here and never knowing what's here, this could be a very dangerous place. We don't know what's under the water, so we go slow. See, we see a front end dropping in right here. See it dropping down? Okay, that should be drawing some alarm numbers here. What's going? How far are we gonna go down? Is there gonna be a hole here? What's gonna happen? Okay, I'm still, all right, so we're kind of doing okay. We're all right, we're still good. We're still holding level. I'm not feeling anything that's gonna lock the truck up. Yeah, I'm in some water. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of mud. I can feel the mud, but I'm feeling okay. Not bogging the motor down. I'm feeling everything okay. We're doing all right. We're not hitting anything yet. I haven't felt the drop. I'm feeling the front end start to come up on as we're coming out of this. There it is, cakewalk easy, smooth as butter. But that's how we do this, controlled, known, and safe, especially when you're out here by yourself. That is how it is done right there. Anything else is reckless, and you're just gonna probably get in real trouble when you're trying to do it and have all kinds of issues. Hang on, we gotta get these flies out of here. They're driving me nuts in here. There we go. All right, and coming to get the mic. That right there, That is our slow and controlled method of making sure that you're going to be safe when you're going through holes that you don't know and that you can't walk. So hope you enjoyed it. Questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching.